If you're watching this video, you are probably at least a little bit interested in the city Ladera Ranch. And what I'm gonna do in this video is go through really the median price point, what you get for the middle priced home in Ladera Ranch. But I'm also gonna cover the higher price points and also the little bit lower price points. You can get a pretty good idea of, based on your budget or where you think your budget is, what you can afford in Ladera Ranch. My name is Stubbs, and this is all about Orange County, where we share as much information with you as about all the areas in Orange County. So this is about Ladera Ranch. Let's dive right in. So I've got my laptop down here, so if you see me looking down, that is exactly what I'm doing. And I'm gonna share my screen with you so you can see me kind of walk through how I look at this process. And the website that we're using is socalhomesforsale.com. You've probably heard me say this before, but this is our website. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm right on the home page here. I'm gonna type in Ladera Ranch, and I'm gonna go ahead and go to city for Ladera Ranch. And the median price point for homes, at least when I'm filming this, is right around 1.5. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for houses between 1.2 and let's say 1.7. So that'll give us a pretty decent range. Then I'm just gonna click search homes. So this is gonna pull up all these different properties, and there's probably not gonna be a ton because this is a pretty narrow price point in Ladera Ranch, which is not a huge city. So down here, we've got 3 properties that are currently on the market. 2 are in the same neighborhood, which is in Covenant Hills. Those are condo townhomes, so I'll use those second. But the other one is on Sandy Pond Road. So this one here, this is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, almost 2,500 square feet. And this has got a good amount of pictures on it. So this is in Walden Park. Let's look at this guy here. So this is listed at 1.289. So just a hair under $1.3 million. This is very close to that median price point. And you can see, you get a pretty decent sized home. Now on this website, you can see that this was listed 1 day ago. So this is a brand new listing. You can see the HOA. We always put all the really important information right up front. Now, a couple different things that I'll mention here is this house, I'm gonna talk about upgrades, and everybody's got a different opinion of upgrades. So one thing I always like to do is go a little bit deeper. So for example, this is a completely original house. Flooring might have been upgraded at some point, but I can tell that this is the original kitchen that was built at this time. So Ladera Ranch was predominantly built around 2003. So this house was built very clearly. These are original cabinets in the kitchen. I'm sorry, the bathroom. And in the kitchen, the cabinet, at least the island, looks like it was painted. Countertops is what I want to say. Countertops were either upgraded somewhere down the road, or these were builder upgrades. So it's almost impossible to really tell from the pictures. But this is a pretty nice house. You get a little bit of a yard, you get a master suite with a tub and a shower. You can have the hanging lights that my fiance Nicole loves so much. And obviously in Ladera Ranch, you get all the incredible amenities as well too. So this is a pretty good idea of what you're gonna get. There's a 2-car garage. Now there's no driveway on this, and this is what they would call an alley home, where the side yard is really your backyard, if you will. So this is a good idea of the side of the patio. So your backyard would be back here, and your front yard is right here. So the front door is kind of hidden around this left side right here. This is the front of the house, and then you've got the garage is around the back. That's why they kind of call them alley homes. So this is a very nice property that you can get for under 1.3 in Ladera Ranch. Now, I will say, if you're on socalhomesforsale.com, I'll point out a couple different things here. Schedule a tour. You can come in here, plug in your information, and it'll come to one of our local experts. One thing that I will say here is we do not sell your information. This is our website, we manage it. We do everything we can to make sure that you have the best experience possible. So you won't have 2 million people calling you. You will get directly routed to one of our local experts that knows the property, knows the area. All right, so that's one thing you can do is schedule a tour there. Once you've set up your saved search, this is highly, highly recommended. Plug in your email, plug in your phone number if you want, and you can go in here and you can set up your custom search, your custom alert, so you'll get emailed as well too. You can hit this save or favor button once you've done that. And what it allows you to do is you'll get an update on that every time that it goes under contract, if it closes, also if it gets price reductions. So what I suggest is if you kind of sort of maybe like a house, I would hit that favor button so you can keep watching it. It's a really good way to stay informed on the market. You can also share it with your friends as well too, which is always fun. Okay, so that's this property. Let's go back one page and look at one of these other 2 properties. I'm gonna pick 25 because I like the number 25 better than the other one. And if you don't want to, you can browse our site totally free. You do not have to register if you don't want to. So 25 Chianti, this is in the Covenant Hills portion of Ladera Ranch. This is a gated neighborhood, and this is the only townhome condo neighborhood within Covenant Hills. Covenant's all single family residents. Some are tract homes, some are semi-custom, some are super custom. But this is a 2,000 square foot condo. So these are large. And I will say the biggest underline with this condo complex is you're gonna have a very large HOA, larger than normal. And the reason is because you're gonna have all the cost of a normal condo HOA, so the buildings themselves, and you're in Covenant, so there is a large HOA associated with just being behind the gates of Covenant as well too. So that's why that's so high. But anyway, for almost a 2,100 square foot house for 1.26, this is a very, very nice property. I actually love this neighborhood. For the price point, it's really hard to beat. This is nicely upgraded, but again, I'll underline this is the same kitchen from when it was original. So this is not a remodeled kitchen necessarily. The countertops are probably from the builder, but they've painted the kitchen, right? So a lot of times we see a white kitchen, we assume it's brand new. That's not an assumption you should make. Also, the flooring looks like either real wood or engineered wood. Very nice, very light, very bright. Lots of windows. You can see there's French doors all the way through with a little bit of a view. And this actually is a condo townhome with what I would consider to be a pretty big yard for Ladera Ranch. Even though it's a condo townhome, I really, really like this neighborhood. Some of these have bigger, some of them have smaller lots. Large master, nice walk-in, very nice primary suite. So this is a property that I really like as well too. But let's go ahead and move on. So that is really the median price point. And again, this is what's active on the market, so there's not a ton to choose from. Let's kind of zoom out, take the price point filters off, and let's see what else we get in Ladera Ranch. One thing I always like to do also is take a look at the map view. This makes just for me a little bit easier to look at. So there's really only, there's only 12 properties currently on the market in Ladera Ranch, which is wild. But let's see, let me give you an example of a property that is a little bit lower price point, more affordable. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,388 square foot townhome. This is a floor plan that I absolutely love. Whether you're an investor or primary buyer, I love this floor plan. It's a carriage unit, which means you are above garages. So your entry level is right here at the door, but this is $788 for almost 1,400 square feet. And it's a 3-bed, 2-bath. It's really a 2-bed with an enormous loft. So let's plug in here and take a look at this property. So if we don't want to sign in, that's fine. You get a 1-car garage and you get a parking space here. And you can see that the kitchen, again, there's not very many pictures here, so that doesn't help us too much, but you can see this is your living room. There's carpet on this property. It looks like it's maybe been painted recently. It looks like it's pretty clean. So you do get a balcony right off the living room here. And the kitchen is basically, these are taken back to back, if you will. So this is the kitchen, again, original. They painted the kitchen white and put black hardware on here and some newer appliances. So that looks nice. That looks like luxury vinyl plank flooring. So that's a nice upgrade there. Original bathrooms, but really clean. It's got carpet, not the end of the world, super easy to replace if you wanted to. And they don't look like they have any pictures of the loft, which is what I was hoping to show you. But that's unfortunately what sometimes you get when you hire somebody that doesn't like taking very many pictures, I guess. But anyway, this is one of my favorite floor plans for this price point. It's a phenomenal deal. I would highly, highly recommend if you're anywhere near this price point looking right now, if you see this floor plan, I would look at it very seriously. So that's what you're gonna get in the low 700s. Now let's go to what everybody wants to see, is the most expensive house currently for sale in Ladera Ranch is obviously in Covenant Hills. This is 2 Coral Blue, which is one of my absolute favorite streets. This is a 5-bed, 4.5-bath, 5,550 square foot house. Now this is built in 2014. So like I said, most of Ladera Ranch was built in 2003, 2001, 2, 3, 4. But a lot of Covenant Hills are semi-custom or custom homes. This would fall under the custom home side. And this is an absolutely gorgeous property. So we are on, I wanna see the lot size here as well too. This is a 12,000 square foot lot. And let's go through some of the pictures. Absolutely gorgeous kitchen, kind of that Tuscan style. Let's see what they have for a yard. This is a huge California room with a dining table set up, kind of a little bit more formal. Nice size office, larger hallways, huge primary suites. These are newer houses, newer construction, so you're gonna see that they spend a lot of time and effort on the kitchen, the primary, and certainly the yard as well too. Very nice landscaping, nice upgrades all the way throughout. It's hard to look at a house in Covenant for $5.2 million and not absolutely love it. Really cool yard, you get all the amenities, but frankly, whether you live in the $700,000 condo or in the $10 million house in Ladera, you really get all the same amenities, which is really cool. You just don't live behind the gates if you're not in Covenant, which may or may not matter. So as we're going through here, I'll mention a couple of different things. Right on the website, you have easy mortgage calculator. You can plug in your numbers. You've got a map. You've got all of the information you could want along with the pricing history. You can see that they lowered the price by a little bit here. You can go through all the other information. Great schools is where my resource is for schools. So you can go down here and see that in Ladera Ranch, you're gonna have unbelievable schools, of course. You probably already know that if you're watching that. And some of the other information as well too. Obviously being able to click and tour a property, that's super easy. And then you can get related to other properties. So while I'm here, I might as well just see another property that is recently sold in Ladera Ranch. So no pictures here, but this is another property. So this is a 6,500 square foot property. It sold for 5.8, and this sold not too long ago as well too. So anyway, this is Ladera Ranch. That's what you get for the median price point. I know everybody likes to see the high stuff too, so I always throw it in there. But I'm gonna have links down below where you can search this all on your own. You're gonna have links to the Ladera Ranch. You go to SoCalHomesForSale.com, set up your own search. I would highly recommend logging in, making an account, and setting up your parameters for what you want. When you do that, that's telling us what you're looking for. It also allows us to share any off-market opportunities as well too. All right, that's it. This is Ladera Ranch. My name is Christian Stubbs. I hope you found this helpful. Again, like, subscribe, share the video if you have anybody else that might like the video as well too, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.